Yo, yo, what's happening out there? Shout out to all of y'all out there. First and foremost, shout out to all y'all so-called black people out there. To all you so-called Negroes out there. To all you so-called African Americans out there. And I can't forget about my favorite group. Shout out to all you niggas out there. Yeah. What's going on with y'all out there? It's been a while, been a second since a brother been at y'all. Hey, yeah, shout out to all my subscribers too, who are not so-called black people, who are not so-called Negroes, who are not so-called African Americans, and you definitely are not niggas. Shout out to y'all too though, if y'all here. You feel me? And I know some of you are. Believe that. I know that. I know who you are. But yeah, though, what's good with y'all out there? Nice sunny day out here for now. Been raining off and on, cats and dogs, you feel me? But right now we in a brief moment of dryness. Can you dig it? Okay. I ain't got no serious strong topic to come at y'all right now. And look, let me address y'all right now for those of y'all who said, hey, man, Mr. Real Talk, you said you was going to let us know our true identity. Because I did promise you so-called black people. And let me let y'all understand this. Y'all got to know. I know my subscribers, most of my subscribers, they already know it ain't no such thing as black people. This scully stocking cap I got on my head, that's black, okay? Look at my skin. Does my skin look like this? I don't think so. This is black. This is brown, okay? Say it again. This is black. This is brown, okay? But they call me black, so you go figure, do the math. I'll go into that on another time. But I'm shouting out all you so-called black people out there, okay? Because we all over the place, and they done broken us down, okay? They done broken us down and got us scattered all over the place, okay? Calling ourselves black, calling ourselves Negroes, calling ourselves African American, calling ourselves niggas, you know? That's just a couple of names we call ourselves. We got many aliases out here, fake names, should I say. And my point of saying that is, my bad, y'all. I ain't making no excuses, but there have been some things going on that have made it not the best time for me to make that video as of yet. But I have not forgot about y'all, because I kept telling y'all I'm going to tell y'all your true identity. A lot of y'all know, but a lot of y'all do not know, okay? And that's why I'm out here to bring that thing out to you. You feel me? And yeah. But my whole thing I want to rap to y'all about right now, because, and hold up, before I go forward, the whole reason why I haven't brought out your true identity to y'all yet. And some of y'all niggas, y'all say, man, what the hell is he talking about, man? You're going to find out, okay? But the reason why I haven't done it, because this ain't nothing to play with, okay? When I unleash this thing on y'all, for those of you who don't know, it may be the shock of a lifetime, okay? And you might not want to hear it. I'm preparing you for that right now. But then again, I could care less if you want to hear it. You don't want to hear it, nigga, get out of here. And even if you're not a nigga, get out of here if you don't want to hear this, all right? This is Mr. Real Talk, and I'm going to give you the real around here, whether you like it or not, okay? I'm here to talk to y'all right now, and this is for you so-called black people out there, okay? Black people, we won't ever believe nothing to come out of another black person's mouth. Y'all know that? I know I ain't the only one to notice that, okay? Everybody should be noticing it. You Negroes out there, you so-called African Americans, and you niggas, okay? And you black people, all of you, you won't ever believe somebody who look like you trying to tell you nothing. You know why you won't believe it? You know why? Because your minds have been turned to mush, okay? And you hate yourself so much. You hate the fact that you're a so-called black person. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. You hate the fact that you're a so-called black person, and you would do anything to not be a so-called black person. You hate yourself. So that, in turn, it automatically forces you to hate your brother, okay? And to hate your sister. So, and you're going to think less of them because you think less of yourself. That's why you hate yourself, okay? and you automatically assume the worst about them, and you assume that they have no credibility. And it's because that they're black. I'm telling you right now. It's because that they're a so-called black person, you assume they have zero credibility. That they must be lying. They must be totally unknowledgeable. I can't trust this nigga. He's a nigga. I can't trust him. Black is bad. Okay? That's what you say to yourself. And some of you do it consciously. Some of you do it subconsciously. You got to understand who you are. But see, you don't want to understand who you are. You want to deny, and be ashamed, okay? You so-called black people out there, you have been on the short end of the stick for quite a long time. You got the worst self-esteem of all times. I'm going to say that again. I'm talking to you, okay? You so-called black people, you so-called African Americans, you so-called Negroes, and you niggas, all of y'all, all over the world, not just in America or South America. We talking America, South America, Central America, Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, Australia. Anywhere I leave out, China, Japan. You Negroes, you niggas, you all over the world out there, okay? You all over the world out there. And you hate yourselves. You know why? Because you have been brainwashed. You've been thoroughly brainwashed so much you don't even realize it. That joint running on straight autopilot. And something has been injected into your mind, into your heart and your soul, and told you to never trust another person who looks like you. And it works. And you know what I noticed too? A lot of us so-called black people, we hate other black people, especially when they're trying to tell us something that we haven't heard before, something that we don't know about. Oh, we hate that brother. We despise him or her. We hate him with all our hearts because that was injected into us. And until you face that fact, you're going to keep on being just what they wanted you to be, just what they made you to be. And when I say they, you say, well, who is they? I'm talking about your slave master. Talking about the man who had you on ships, okay, shipped you all around the world to every continent, every nation, and had you in slavery. That's who I'm talking about, okay? It's not a mystery who did that, so don't act like you don't know. That's another part of it, too. You don't want to be black. You don't want to be a Negro. Why? Because the Negroes were slaves. And you know what? A lot of you Negroes out there, you still slaves in your mind. Because the way that you think, believe it or not, I know a lot of y'all think that y'all got your own thoughts, think you your own man, think you your own woman. That's a bunch of BS, okay? That's a bunch of BS. You running off the program that your slave master puts you under, okay? And you want to know what that program is? The program is for you to only love him and to hate every one of yours. The program is for the man to be softer than a baby's bottom fresh out of the shower, and to have the woman being harder than a brick wall out in front. While the man is a scared little, I ain't gonna say because I'm trying to keep this child friendly, if you will. Because this is something everybody needs to hear. You better understand what I'm telling you. You so-called black people out there, you so-called Negroes, you so-called African Americans, and you niggas. This is worldwide here. You all need to hear this, okay? You believe what your slave master told you to believe, and you think how your slave master wants you to think by hating your own and only loving him. Y'all know how long they've been running that program? Do y'all really know how long they've been running that program? And now it's running on autopilot. It's a shame, man. I'm getting really fed up out here with this insanity. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? You so-called black people out there, you better start learning to... Because most of you niggas just so crazy bugged out of your mind. Asking you to love your brother is just out of the question because you a devil. You a demon. You a black dog. Okay, most of you niggas out there, you just will never even consider loving your brother. So of course you would never listen to nothing he say. Of course you're gonna think he's the devil. Of course you're gonna think he's the worst, because you're thinking what your slave master told you to think about your brother, and you're only loving him just like he told you to. And where's the proof? Hey, I'm gonna give you the number one proof, and I ain't even gonna expound on it. I ain't going into it, but all I'm gonna tell you is, where's the number one proof that everything I'm saying is true? That you hate your own, you despise every other so-called black person out there. Most of you do. Most so-called black people hate other black people just because. And you love your so-called slave master. And where's the proof? And this is all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to leave it alone. The proof is you hate your brother, you hate your sister, anything that looks like you despise it. But you love white Jesus. I'm going to say that again. Yep, rewind it back in case you didn't hear it. You hate anything that looks like you, whether it's a man or a woman, but you love white Jesus. That's the proof. And it is major strikes against white Jesus because he doesn't exist. There's no such thing as white Jesus, but you love him. Why? Because he's in the image of your slave master. That's one of the biggest tricks they pulled on us, man. It's called imagery. Okay, they did a lot of things with that, but of course you don't understand that because you don't care about any of that. You've been mentally broken. Most so-called black people minds out here, it been made to mush, okay? And I know it's not your fault. It's not your fault for making your mind into mush. Your slave master had a very heavy hand in that, and believe me, he will pay. He's gonna pay, okay? And I ain't telling none of you niggas to do nothing. Nah, hell no. You ain't got nothing to do with this. The same person who puts you in that predicament is the same person who's going to put out that justice to your slave master, okay? You think about that. I'm going to get to that on another topic, though. Think about that, though. You love white Jesus. White Jesus doesn't exist, okay? I'm not saying the guy you call Jesus didn't exist, but he wasn't no white boy. He was black, very black. But I ain't even going down into that. But that's just another one of the ways that they really got you to never believe a black person, but always believe your slave master, okay? Here's a prime example right here. I'm going to give you this. Most so-called black people out there, right now, I'm going to talk about the gangsters out here and the thugs, all right? That's what I'm going to talk about right now. So-called gangsters and the so-called thugs out here, most of them, they would never, not all of them, but most of them would never think about harming a so-called white man, but they got no problem going out and killing their next door neighbor who looks just like them. They got no problem for robbing somebody's grandmother who lived right next door to them, or somebody they went to school with, or somebody they might work with. They got no problem doing that to them, but they would never even think of doing something to a so-called white man. And look, and all of you idiots out there, don't you dare say, oh, he said do something to white people. You a damn lie. Niggas, you shouldn't be doing nothing to nobody out there who didn't do nothing to you. I'm just using that example to show how warped you Negroes' minds is out there, okay? You ain't got no time for your brother. You ain't got no time for your sister. You ain't got no time for yourself. Most of you hate yourself. You look in the mirror, and as soon as you see the color of your skin right there, you get depressed, believe it or not. You get depressed, believe it or not, okay? We all out of line out here, y'all, without thinking. All out of line. And remember, everything starts in your mind. Everything. Everything you see around here, everywhere you go, everywhere you look, before what you see came into existence, it started in somebody's mind, y'all. And one thing, it's crazy. It's a very crazy thing to have to tell a so-called black person, but I got bad news for y'all. For a lot of y'all, y'all don't know. You're not white. Okay? I'm going to say that again. A lot of you so-called black people out there, you haven't gotten the memo. You are not white. Okay? You a so-called black person. And whether you like it or not, you are a so-called Negro. Look, all these different places that we've been scattered to, all these different countries and continents, they're looking at saying, how did black people get over here? How did they get over here? How did they get over there? You know why? We got over there because of slavery, okay? And when I say check this out, I'm just going to touch on this and I ain't going to go too deep. When I say so-called black people, believe it or not, okay, there's no such thing as black people, but there's only one group of black people that gets called so-called black, okay? And all these places that we at, even if there are other so-called black people around there, you will notice the way they get treated and notice the way the other blacks there get treated. I'm talking about the ones who are on the bottom, the ones who are always in the jails in all these places, the ones who are always living the poorest, the ones who get killed the most, the ones who get raped the most, who get starved the most, the one who nobody cares about, who are on the bottom in every country, in every nation. Those are the black people that I'm talking about right now, okay? Those are the ones I'm talking about right now. Y'all know who you are. It ain't no such thing as black. This is a family thing out here. We getting called black. Why? Why we getting called black? Because the world hates us. That's how they can demonize us. But I'm not even going to go no more deeper into that. My whole point in all of that was black people, we got to start learning to trust each other again, y'all. We got to start learning to see when we see another so-called black person, that is our brother. That's what we got to learn. A lot of us have not learned that. A lot of us too crazy, and we not going to learn. And you know what they say, when you don't learn, you're going to burn. You understand? That's real straight up. But I'm about to ease on up out of here. I didn't want to keep y'all too long. But I did just want to tell y'all, it's important because if y'all can't see the type of stuff that's going on around you, if you can't see that you are going to come to a point, believe it or not, you're going to have to embrace your brother. Something that most of you niggas, you don't want to do. You will never want to do. The men and the women. The women out there, a time is going to come. Guess what? You're going to have to embrace your sister out there. You know that? You ain't going to be able to be like one of these whores on Love and Hip Hop. And yes, I did say one of these whores on Love and Hip Hop. Because check this out. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you think it's any man out there or any uncle, any grandfather, any brother who would have a little sister or a daughter or a niece that would say, hey, I want her to grow up to be like the women on Love and Hip Hop. You out of your mind. Those women are whores on there, okay? And this is what y'all got to understand. You don't have to be out here selling your cheeks to be a whore, okay? That ain't the only requirement. That's just one of the many characteristics of whores, all right? Would you want to marry one of them? Huh? And if you do want to marry one of them, hey, all I can say is you lost in the sauce, bruh. You are a victim waiting to be victimized, and you're going to get just what you're looking for. Straight up. Somebody might not like this, but hey, it's all good. It's all good because you around here, Mr. Real Talk, and you're going to get the real. So what I want you to do, I want you to like this video. Try to share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And you're going to get more real talk from Mr. Real Talk. You understand? And I'm about to stab out. I'm out of here. Yeah. And don't forget, if you got some comments, come on through. Don't be shy out there. Go ahead, come on through with some comments. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will check them out. I will check them out. Peace.